Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Zakia. In this video, I want to walk you through the mind map I made for my thesis proposal titled Students' Perception of Using Medium.com to Improve Their Reading Comprehension. I made this mind map to help organize the main parts of my proposal in one visual, so it's easier to see how each section connects back to my central topic. And there are 7 branches in total, so I will go through each one. The first branch is the background of the study. Reading is one of the most important skills in language learning, but EFL students, especially in Indonesia, often struggle with it. They face challenges like limited vocabulary, lack of effective reading strategies, and difficulty understanding authentic texts that don't match their proficiency level. Because of this, educators have started looking at digital reading platforms as a possible support, things like ebooks and online reading tools. This study focused specifically on Medium.com, an online publishing platform with free, diverse, real-world articles written by everyday writers, not textbook authors. It also fills a gap because past research has looked at digital reading in general, but not at this specific platform. Next is the research questions branch. This study asked 2 things. First, how do EFL students perceive the use of Medium.com for improving their reading comprehension? And second, what challenges do they face when using Medium.com for reading? The aims branch states what this study sets out to do, based directly on those 2 questions. First, to investigate EFL students' perception of using Medium.com for improving their reading comprehension. Second, to identify the challenges they face when using Medium.com for reading. The significance branch explains why this study matters, both theoretically and practically. Theoretically, it contributes to research on Medium.com specifically, since prior studies only cover digital reading broadly without focusing on one platform. Practically, it benefits 3 groups. For students, the findings can help them make more informed decisions about using Medium.com for their own reading practice. For lecturers, the finding can serve as a reference for considering Medium.com as a supplementary reading resource. And for future researchers, this study can be a starting point for further research on digital reading platforms. The next branch covers participants. This study involves 10 EFL students from the English Education Department at Ar-Raniry, drawn from different semesters. They were chosen through purposive sampling, meaning they had to meet 2 criteria. First, being an active student in the English education program, and second, having used Medium.com for reading at least once a week over the past month. A short screening form was used beforehand to confirm this. The data collection branch explains how the data was gathered through semi-structured interviews with each of the 10 participants lasting around 10 to 15 minutes. This format was chosen because it allows follow-up questions while still keeping a consistent set of guiding questions across interviews. The interviews were conducted in a mix of Indonesian and English, so participants could express themselves naturally. And they were audio recorded with consent, supported by field notes for extra context. The last branch is data analysis. This study used Braun and Clarke 6-phase thematic analysis. It starts with familiarizing myself with the data through transcribing and repeated reading, then generating initial codes, searching for themes, reviewing those themes, defining and naming them, and finally writing up the report with supporting excerpts from the interviews. So that's an overview of my thesis proposal, from the background and research questions through the significance and participants, all the way to how I plan to collect and analyze my data. I hope this mind map gives you a clear picture of how everything in my proposal connects. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.